Namaste and welcome back. This is a four-part series with one job. Not to explain the dMAT, to sit with you and solve the hard questions, the ones that decide your score. The running order, once more. 1. Figure sequences, done. 2. Mathematical equations. 3. Latin squares. 4. The general academic module. Together, that is the whole exam. Today, part 2, mathematical equations. 10 systems, 10 different tricks, and every single one sits at the official high difficulty level. 4 equations, 4 unknowns every time, no warm-ups. One thing before we start, and it takes 10 seconds. We post a dMAT practice question on Instagram almost every day. One question in your feed while you are already scrolling. It is the cheapest revision that exists. The handle is on screen. Go and follow it now before you forget. And 30 seconds on how to practice this properly. Every paper in our mock series is 90 questions, core module and subject module together. 165 minutes under a real clock, not a 5-question sample. 10 papers, 900 questions of practice. And the sample test is free. 20 questions, no card, just to see where you stand. Right, let's work. First, the shape of the task, because this one surprises people. You get several equations at once. The unknowns are letters, A, B, C, D. Your job is to find the numbers that make every equation true at the same time. And here's the part that catches people. There are no answer options. In figure sequences, you pick a picture from 3. Here you pick nothing, you produce the numbers yourself. So the eliminate a wrong option skill from video 1 does not apply. Different game entirely. 2 rules make it winnable. Every letter is a whole number between 1 and 20. And there is always exactly one solution. If you have found numbers that fit, they are the numbers. 20 systems, 25 minutes and nothing to write with. 75 seconds a system. That is enough. If you stop doing the thing almost everyone does. Most students read line 1 and immediately start trying numbers in it. Line 1 is rarely where the answer lives. 10 seconds of reading beats 60 seconds of guessing. Read every line first, every single time. And here is the opening move, which is the same every time. Count the unknowns on each line. Then find the letter that appears on the most lines. That is your anchor. Write everything in terms of that one letter, and one line will close the whole system. 10 systems. Here we go. Question 1. 4 lines, 4 letters, and that is how every one of them looks today. Find A, B, C, and D. Lines 1 and 2 both describe B, that is the entire question, 2 roads to the same letter. Line 1 says B is 5A. Line 2 says B is 26 minus C. So 5A equals 26 minus C, which means C is 26 minus 5A. Line 3, D is C minus 4. So D is 22 minus 5A. Now line 4 holds only A. 22 minus 5a plus a equals 6. That is 22 minus 4a equals 6. So 4a is 16 and a is 4. Back out. B is 20, right at the ceiling. C is 6. D is 2. When 2 lines describe the same letter, you do not solve them. You set them against each other. Question 2. Count the division signs before you do anything else. Find A, B, C, and D. Two division signs this time, and each one is a clue. B divided by 3 means B is a multiple of 3. C divided by 2 means C is even. So before any algebra, you already know a lot. B is 3a and C is 2d. Line 4 gives d equals 11 minus a. Put both into line 3. 3a plus 2 times 11 minus a equals 26. That is 3a plus 22 minus 2a. So a plus 22 equals 26. A is 4. Back out, b is 12, d is 7, and c is 14. A division sign is never decoration. It is telling you which multiples to look at before you write anything. 2 techniques before the next pair. First, that divisibility clue. Anytime you see a letter divided by a number, that letter is a multiple of it. Second, the ceiling. Every letter stops at 20, so a big multiplier leaves you almost no room at all. 8 times a letter? That letter is 1 or 2. Nothing else fits. The range is a tool, not a promise. Question 3. Find the letter that appears the most before you solve anything. Find A, B, C, and D. A is on 3 of the 4 lines, so anchor on A. Line 1 gives C equals 4A. Line 2 gives B equals C minus 9, and C is 4A, so B is 4A minus 9. Line 3 gives D equals 3A. Now line 4 holds only A. 4A minus 9 plus 3A equals 19. Collect it. 7A minus 9 equals 19. 7A is 28, so A is 4. Back out. C is 16, B is 7, D is 12. 4 letters is not 4 problems. Pick the busiest letter and the rest is one line of arithmetic. Question 4. Look at line 1 and then ignore it completely. Find A, B, C, and D. Line 1 is the worst thing you will see today. 4 letters and coefficients on both sides. That is the closer, not the opener. Leave it. Line 2a equals b plus 5. Line 3, c equals 5b. Line 4, d equals 12 minus b. Now line 1 opens. 4 times b plus 5 plus 3b equals 2 times 5b plus 12 minus b. Tidy both sides slowly. The left is 4b plus 20 plus 3b, that is 7b plus 20. The right is 10b plus 12 minus b, that is 9b plus 12. So 7b plus 20 equals 9b plus 12. 2b is 8 and b is 4. Back out. A is 9, C is 20, D is 8. Collecting terms across 4 letters in your head with nothing to write on. That is the hardest thing this section asks of you. 2 more and these save the most time. When a line reads 2a plus 3a, that is not 2 problems, it is 5a. Tidy every side before you try to solve it. And the busiest line, the one with the most letters, is almost never where you start. It is where you finish. Solve the quiet lines first, then drop everything into it at the end. Question 5. This one is beautiful, and it is over in 20 seconds if you spot it. Find A, B, C, and D. Lines 1 and 2, same two letters, same coefficients. 1 plus b, 1 minus b. So add the whole lines together and b cancels itself out. 23 plus 13 is 36 and the left becomes 4a. So 4a is 36 and a is 9. Put a back into line 1. 2 nines is 18, so b is 5. Now lines 3 and 4 are the same trick. Dressed up, add them and the 3d terms cancel. 29 plus 5 is 34 and that is 2c, so c is 17. And back into line 3, 3d is 12, so d is 4. A plus pair and a minus pair with the same letters, add them. You never substitute anything at all. Question 6. Read lines 1 and 2 very carefully side by side. Find A, B, C, and D. Lines 1 and 2 are near twins. 2a plus b on both, only the last letter differs. So subtract the second line from the first. 2a and b both vanish in one move and you are left with c minus d equals 6. 33 minus 27, free information. And line 3 already says c plus d is 16. Two little equations, two letters. C is 11 and d is 5. Line 4, c minus a is 3, so a is 8. And back into line 1, 2 eighths is 16 plus 11 is 27, so b is 6. Every letter found, and you never substituted anything into anything. Two lines that are nearly twins are a gift. Subtract them before you do anything else. That is the pair of moves nobody teaches. You are allowed to add two whole lines together or subtract one from another. You do not have to substitute. Add when the same letter appears once as a plus and once as a minus. Subtract when two lines share most of their letters. Both make a letter vanish without a single substitution. In a section with no notes, that is worth more than speed. Question 7. Short lines and nastier than it looks. Find A, B, C, and D. Three halvings stacked on top of each other. D halves into C, C halves into B, B halves into A. Run the chain the other way and it all collapses onto A. B is 2 times A, C is 2 times B, which is 4A, and D is 2 times C, which makes D 8A. That last one is the whole question. D is 8 times A. So line 4 becomes A plus 8A equals 18. 9A is 18 and A is 2. So B is 4, C is 8, and D is 16. And notice, D had to be a multiple of 8. In a range that stops at 20, there were only two possibilities in the whole problem. Odd and even is free information. It costs you nothing and it kills half the wrong answers. Question 8. There are only two possible starting points in this entire system. Find A, B, C, and D. 8 times A equals C, and no letter goes above 20. 8 times 1 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 8 times 3 is 24, and that is already off the scale. So A is 1 or 2, two candidates in a 4-letter system. Do not solve it, just test them. Try A equals 1, C is 8, so line 2 makes B 17 and line 3 makes D 19. But line 4 wants A plus D to be 13 and 1 plus 19 is 20, dead. Try A equals 2, C is 16, B is 9, D is 11, and line 4, 2 plus 11 is 13, it holds. So A is 2, B is 9, C is 16, D is 11. A big multiplier is the best thing that can happen to you. It turns 20 possibilities into 2. 2 last ideas before the final pair. Odd and even. If a letter is halved anywhere, it is even. If a total is odd, the two parts cannot both be even. And the lonely letter. If a letter appears on only one line, it cannot help you and it cannot hurt you. Ignore it completely until everything else is solved, then pick it up on the way out. Question 9. One of these 4 letters is doing almost nothing. Find A, B, C, and D. Look at D first. It appears on line 4 and nowhere else in the system. It cannot help you, so ignore it completely. Now lines 1 and 2. Between them they hold only A and B. A closed 2-letter problem hiding inside a 4-letter one. B is 5, A minus 2, and A plus B is 22. So A plus 5, A minus 2 equals 22. That is 6A minus 2 equals 22. So 6A is 24. A is 4. So B is 18. Line 3, C divided by 4 is A, so C is 4A, C is 16. And now D, lost, on the way out. D is C plus 3, so D is 19. Notice how tight that got. 3 of these 4 letters sit above 15. Always scan for the closed pair. 4 letters often hide a 2-letter problem you can finish in 10 seconds. Last one. Everything from today and one trap I have not shown you yet. Find A, B, C, and D. Line 1 has 4 letters, coefficients, and a minus sign in front of one of them. That is the closer. Everything else first. B is the anchor. It is on 3 of the 4 lines. Line 2, A is 3B. Line 3, C divided by 2 is B, so C is 2B. Line 4, D is 14 minus B. Now line 1, 2 times 3B minus B plus 2B minus 2 times 14 minus B. And here is the trap, so slow down with me. That last term is minus 2 times 14 minus b, which is minus 28 plus 2b. The minus flips the sign inside the bracket. Get that one sign wrong and every number after it is wrong, so collect carefully. 6b minus b plus 2b plus 2b, that is 9b, and minus 28. 9b minus 28 equals 8, so 9b is 36 and b is 4. Back out, A is 12, C is 8, D is 10. And check it in line 1. 24 minus 4 plus 8 minus 20, that is 8. It balances. That was the hardest system in this video, and you finished it without writing a thing. 10 systems, 10 tricks, here they are in one list. 1. Two lines describing the same letter. Set them against each other. 2. A division sign means a multiple. Use it before you write anything. 3. Anchor on the letter that appears the most. 4. Collect the coefficients on both sides before you solve. 5. Add 2 lines to cancel a letter. 6. Subtract 2 near twin lines. It is free. 7. Odd and even kills half the wrong answers. 8. A big multiplier leaves only 1 or 2 candidates. 9. Ignore the lonely letter until the very end. 10. A minus in front of a bracket flips every sign inside it. That is mathematical equations. Speed here is not talent, it is having read the lines in the right order 100 times before. Next in this series, Latin squares, 5 by 5 letters A to E, and far more empty cells than you are expecting. Prepare well, Germany is worth it.